In part two, I left on a cliffhanger in which I was going to reveal a lesson, but then I recorded it and deleted it to propose a new lesson about reply guys, because I often, upon self reflection, think that even if I don't constantly post on Twitter, I am sort of a reply guy, like in my soul. And instead of going in on E-Girls, and instead of commenting more on the ACP, I wanted to focus on one particular reply guy because here's the thing about being a reply guy. It's a waste of fucking time. Reply guys don't have any original ideas. They often don't post anything of their own. And a lot of it is just to satiate some need to quote unquote be right. Now, they may just be getting highs off the likes, I don't know. But there is a particular reply guy in the Marxist community that people are most familiar with, and his name is Vulture. And I wouldn't say he's a piece of shit, but he's probably autistic. And he has 165,400 posts, and they're all replies, which is impressive. Impressively pathetic. So this person screen captured something that he said, which was atoms and quotes don't exist and neither do genes. And then Vulture replied, correct. And this person said, yes, these are in fact my schizophrenic delusions. And then Vulture replied, I will just go with what contemporary science itself shows. Now, even before I clicked on this, I knew exactly who wrote it. It was Dennis Noble and Raymond Noble. I didn't have to click on it. I didn't have to go inside of it because this is the person that they always go to. There's a problem with that. Dennis Noble doesn't claim that genes don't exist. I asked him point blank, are genes were fake? And if genes were metaphysical. This was the email that he replied to me with, and I typed it out. Dear 0 Hours, there is nothing metaphysical about the fact that our cells use around 20,000 DNA sequences as templates from which the ribosomes can make the huge number of proteins we use as enzymes, contractile apparatus, ion channels, receptors, and structural proteins like tubulins. Such genes clearly exist as physical entities. Gene P is metaphysical in the sense that the only evidence for it is that a particular phenotype is inherited, and he's talking about the Dawkins selfish gene. This muddle is what leads people like me to ask whether Dawkins' genes really exist. But that argument about definitions within Dawkins' writing does not warrant saying that genes M do not exist. Hope that helps, Dennis. So, in the words of the famous Vulture, you're wrong, and I'm right. What I said is true. That is his classic reply is, what I said is true. Because, he's a kind of a cunt. Anyways, the point being is that being a reply guy is not worth your time, especially if you're going to be someone like him, who, if I had to guess, is probably on the autism spectrum. I work with kids with autism, and they collected all kinds of things. I think Vulture collects snippets of Marxist and Leninist and Maoist and Stalinist and whatever literature, and anything that coalesces with his ideology or his agenda or his worldview, and in this case it's about Lysenko. For him, it's probably a self-soothing technique, a trauma response. In which case, I kind of feel bad picking on someone like that because this is probably all he has. You can't tweet that much and then say, well, I have a life. And I've talked with him before about this, and the only thing he said to me was, well, you're the free time guy. What do you care how I spend my time? I don't. I'm just telling you my opinion. It's a fucking waste of your time. How many people have you convinced? You're going to be on your deathbed. You're going to have 40 million fucking tweets, and you'll have convinced no one. And if that's the way he wants to spend his life, I mean, sure, do it. But my advice is don't be a reply guy. This is my last indulgence in it because I'd like to actually use my time for something a little bit more productive. And I'd also like to take an opportunity, because I'm in such a self-reflective mood, to apologize to the E-Girls. I was overly harsh. My criticisms on my blog still stand, but the videos were harsh. But really the main point is, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that Volk Vulture is wrong. Horribly, miserably, terribly wrong. The most wrong anyone's ever been. What I said was true. What Dennis Noble said was true. And what he said was irredeemably false.